Welcome to this week's Impact Digest. I'm your AI host, and today we're diving into the latest updates from our latest meeting. Let's get into the key insights from this week's gathering. We start with promising developments on the international front. Emma shared exciting news from her conversations with colleagues at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, or USDA. There's a potential shift in leadership that could open doors to more flexible international cooperation in agriculture. This is crucial because current constraints have limited our ability to collaborate across borders on innovative farming techniques and resource sharing. Emma's optimistic that we'll hear good news in the next week or two, and she's looping in the U.S. Embassy and even Senator Coombs to amplify our efforts. Imagine the impact. Global partnerships that bring advanced tools, knowledge, and funding right to our local projects. This isn't just diplomacy, it's a lifeline for communities striving to adapt and thrive. Shifting to the ground, John updated us on behind-the-scenes work in Jabavu. Bishop Paul's been connecting with key figures like Mr. Wendy, Anna, and Mr. China Mute, who are eager to push forward despite ongoing electricity shortages that even kept some from joining our call. Electricity issues are a stark reminder of the infrastructure barriers we face daily, but they are not stopping the momentum. One of the most heart-wrenching updates came from Manana, who hasn't been with us for a while but brought a critical issue to light. In school-based agriculture programs, affiliates, particularly groups of young women, are facing unfair demands for monthly payments from principals and governing bodies. Despite holding valid 10-year contracts signed by previous leadership, some are being given just 7 days to vacate. These aren't faceless statistics. We're talking about 13 young women, many of them single mothers, who rely on these gardens to feed their children and sustain their homes. They've tilled the soil, planted the seeds, and built something meaningful, only to face what looks like personal politics and exploitation. Thankfully, lawyers for human rights stepped in during a recent meeting with the Department of Education, affirming that the contracts are legally binding. No case against these farmers, they said. But this isn't isolated. Similar problems are cropping up in other schools. As a movement, we're escalating to higher authorities, because we can't let bureaucracy or greed uproot lives. This fight is about justice, ensuring that vulnerable voices aren't silenced and that agriculture remains a tool for empowerment, not exclusion. Over at the Tabasha Center, in Pietermaritzburg, Bongi and Kosi reported some brighter notes amid the challenges. Good rains have blessed their fields, leading to a strong harvest of spinach and potatoes, thanks to the hard work of volunteer mothers. It's inspiring to see how nature's gift, combined with community dedication, can yield real results, fresh produce that's nourishing families and building self-sufficiency. That said, they are battling weeds and overgrown grass, which come with the territory after heavy rains. More pressingly, high municipal fees are straining their operations, because the site's rezoning from a former farm hasn't been finalized. These administrative hurdles inflate costs and threaten sustainability. It's a call to all of us. We need stronger advocacy to streamline policies that support transitional farming. When communities like Tabasha succeed, it ripples out, better nutrition, stronger economies, and hope for the future. Clint joined us with an update on his goat farming initiative in Durban, KZN, where he's seeking reliable suppliers to bring in 50 goats per week from places like the Eastern Cape or Namibia. This isn't just about breeding or consumption, it's a community buy and sell model that could create steady income streams for locals. Supplier shortages are the current roadblock, but John offered to connect via shared contacts, collaboration in action. Livestock projects like this diversify agriculture, providing alternatives to crop-only reliance and buffering against risks like droughts or pests. Education was a major theme this week, tying directly into our broader goals. Sheila attended a skills development in Just Transition event in Wayne Simitan, where discussions echoed our own. We're in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution, yet many school curricula aren't equipping students for it. Scott chimed in with strong support, noting that emerging ideas are fully in sync and urging us to keep pushing. He's refining an extensive educational agenda aimed at primary, secondary, and post-matric levels, with a hoped-for launch in January or February. This program could extend into various venues, fostering skills in sustainable agriculture and beyond. Scott also stressed the importance of reliable data networks as the backbone of these initiatives. Mismanagement has caused outages that hinder everything from meetings to online learning. His advice: review your networks, ensure they are clean and uninhibited. In our work, education isn't an add-on, it's the foundation for generational change. Mbata had a quiet week with no major updates, which sometimes means steady progress behind the scenes. As we wrap up this digest, let's reflect on the bigger picture. Our work has real, life-changing effects, feeding families, empowering youth, and building resilient communities in South Africa. If you're listening or watching, join us. Share this episode, reach out if you can help with suppliers, policy pushes, or skills programs. Together, we can amplify these voices and drive the change that's so desperately needed. Thank you for tuning in. Look forward to our next update on November 14th. Until then, keep planting seeds of hope.